Hey there, in today's video we are going to talk all about how to vision board your future as a freelance grant writer using our project management system, Asana. But before we dive in, I want to share a little story. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I'll link the podcast in the description below, and this amazing woman was being interviewed. She was a single mom. At the time that she was sharing her story, she had 2 small kids, she was working a minimum wage job, and she just knew that financial freedom was her ticket out of her situation. And so after working minimum wage and realizing that she just could not make ends meet, she decided to go to Barnes & Noble, true story, opened up a book that said like 100 business ideas to start right now. And she flipped through all of the pages and found this basket idea. And so she realized that there was a bunch of new apartments around her in her neighborhood in Florida. And so she started making new apartment owner baskets. And so she'd go to all of these new apartment buildings, knock on people's doors, and sell them this homeowner's basket, which was filled with things like dish soap and laundry detergent, those little things that you don't move with, but you do need right away. And she was successful. Not all the time, right? There were a lot of no's and there were a lot of doors slammed in her face, but she was successful because she had reminded herself every day, especially in the hard moments, about her why. And her why was that she would visualize her daughter opening up this very, very special gift on Christmas. Her daughter wanted it so badly. And so she would sit there and on the bad days visualize her daughter opening this present. She would visualize how that felt for both her and her daughter. And she knew she wanted the financial freedom to be able to buy this gift for her daughter and make her holiday. And so today I encourage us to dive into what our why is for grant writing, and the why with a capital W, right? So let's dive in. While the intro plays, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and we're going to chat all about what your why is behind grant writing. I hope you've had a chance to grab a piece of paper and a pen. Maybe you've even had a few seconds to think about what your why is, or you already know it, or you don't know it, and that's totally okay too. We're gonna walk through an exercise that will hopefully get you closer to knowing your why. Whether you are making a career change and you're brand new to grant writing, but you know you want something more fulfilling, or you are an experienced grant writer and you're ready to make that leap into grant writing consulting, freelancing is an amazing way to start. Listen, making a career change can be a long process. For most people thinking about quitting their job, it does take upwards of a year, right? There's a lot of thinking about quitting our job. That takes up a lot of bandwidth. There's also some really practical applications like figuring out your budget. How much do you need to have in savings? How much do you need to have in other places to feel financially secure enough to jump into that next venture? And then there's also this emotional part of figuring out what our next journey is. And so today we want to walk through that visualization. So I encourage you to close your eyes with me. We're going to breathe and we're going to do a little bit of future visualizing, and then we're going to put that vision into Asana so we can actualize on it. All right, so if you're with me, let's close our eyes and we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. And then you can let it out with a sigh, maybe shake your body at the same time. It's so good. Maybe that's the first deep breath you've taken today. All right, let's breathe in through our nose and breathe out through our nose. All right, we'll do one more of those. And back out through your nose. Amazing. Okay, keep breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. As you keep breathing, you're going to picture with me, where are you? You've quit your job maybe, or you've been promoted, or you've been asked to do a different job. What does it feel like when you're waking up a year from now and going to work? Where are you going? Are you going to your own boss office in your house that you've created and you've cultivated this space with candles and with inspirational quotes and all the things that bring you joy? Are you in Italy at a coffee shop Zooming with a client in South America? Are you in South America Zooming with a client in China? Where are you in the world? Where are you in this space? Have you found a career that lights you up? Are you excited to wake up every morning and go to work? What does it feel like to be motivated to go to work? Are you at home with your kiddos? You're working 4 hours a day, but then you're spending all of this incredible present time with your kids. Or are you traveling as a family more often because you have the financial and the time freedom to be able to do so? What does it look like in this ideal career space where you are living your most ideal life? Think about that. Feel it. What does it smell like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Are kids screaming? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's joy, right? All of your kiddos screaming and it's joyful because you want to be there. Maybe it's the hustle and bustle of a coffee shop. Maybe it's the pure silence of a wonderful office. And maybe it's amazing coworkers gathering around the kitchen spot at a nonprofit that you just love working for. No matter what your visualization is, breathe it in. Take one big giant breath in. Take a deep breath out through your nose. And feel that. In 12 months, I am. Think about what happens after that sentence. I am what? Okay, I'm going to get my computer and we're going to go into Asana. We are going to project manage this. Join me, open your eyes, and in this moment where I go and grab my computer and we get into Asana, write down the end of that sentence. I am. And what is it? What are you doing in 12 months? What did you visualize? What did you think about? All right, we'll be back in 1 second. Okay, we're back. Let's dive into Asana. So Asana is our project management system. If you haven't created an account, go to asana.com and create an account. We'll also link that in the description below. It's really easy. It's free. And the best part, and maybe the only reason why we use it, no, I'm just kidding, is because sometimes it shoots unicorns across the screen or narwhals or lots of cool different creatures. And it's so fun. All right, when you complete tasks. Anyway, so this is what it looks like to document your vision in a project management system. And you might be asking, why are we doing that? Why do we have it in a project management system? And the reason for that is because we operate out of this all of the time. And so the best part about this is that when we need to be reminded of our why, the why with the big W, we can come into our vision board and goals right next to our daily tasks and the daily monotony of work. We can be reminded of this is the reason why we're doing this. All right, so this is what the template looks like. You can easily create this in your Asana. The first part will just be in 12 months, I am. And whatever you thought about in your visualization, I want you to fill it out here. For me, this might have looked like I am a full-time grant writing consultant who is able to travel freely and play outside whenever I want. I want the financial and the time freedom to be able to really own my own life and my own schedule. And I can do that by being a full-time grant writing consultant because I'm also really, really looking for meaningful work. And this kind of checks all of those boxes. Okay, so then you'll want to get, okay, what does have to happen? What are my goals that has to happen to make sure that my vision can come true? So my high-level year one goals, obviously, become a grant writer, right? A full-time grant writer. Find 2 clients that I love to work for. And then my next high-level year one goal would be to play outside 2 to 3 times per week. I feel like if I have 2 clients that I really love to work for, I could be full-time and I could make that jump to quitting my job and being a full-time grant writer. Okay, so then what has to happen within those first 3 months? So let's say I'm a member of the Grant Writing Unicorn Collective because we do support people who are on this journey of becoming a grant writing consultant. So I want to earn my grant writing certificate. I want to complete those 10 to 20 informational interviews, and then I want to land my first paying client for a funding strategy deliverable. I know that if I can do these things in the first 3 months, I am well on my way to getting to my high level year one goals. This can look however you want it for you. So if you're in a different grant writing program, if you're in college and you're taking a grant writing class, fill this in depending on your situation. All right, first 6 months. This is the next part of my journey. So I want to complete more of my education within Learn Grant Writing. I also want to land my second paying client, and then I want to complete my second funding strategy. In all honesty, I'm planning on charging, I don't know, $1,200 to $2,000 for each of these funding strategies. So I know that by the time I've completed my second funding strategy, I'll have paid back my investment in my Learn Grant Writing program. And that's what my goal for that first 6 months is to earn my investment back so that any other money I make is gravy on top and can go directly into my savings account so that I can quit my job and be financially secure enough to move into my next journey. Okay, so then for the first 9 months, we're getting closer to a year. So I am really hopeful that those contracts that I did with the funding strategy are going to flow right into grant writing. And that will be amazing because those contracts can be more money. They can really be for a long period of time because I can work with this client to deliver multiple grants. So that will be my goal for the first 9 months. I'm going to really hustle and earn my first 10K. If I have 10K in the bank, I know that for my situation, in this pretend example, that I could feel comfortable enough to quit my job and go into full-time grant writing. All right. And then I want to play outside 2 times per week because mental health through all of this hustling is really important. Okay. And then my 1-year goals, I want to really hit 15K in revenue and growing at a good pace. I'm going to create my business name. I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to dive all into full-time grant writing. So this is a great way to set up what you need to do to be able to accomplish that vision that we talked about. This is an incredible way to break it out into bite-sized pieces. I don't really love this analogy because I think it's mean to the elephant, but there's an analogy in project management that's how do you eat the elephant? And it's piece by piece. That's the only way we can accomplish our vision and our high-level year 1 goals is by tackling it piece by piece. So I encourage you to go into your Asana, create these categories, and then what you're going to do is just create 3 tasks for every 3 months that you can do to land up at your vision and your high-level year 1 goals. You have got this. Let us know if you have any questions or comments. We would love to support your journey, so just comment below and we will chat with you, or you can DM us on Instagram. And as always, don't forget to hit subscribe so that you don't miss a video from us. All right, see you later.